Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Sammy Rigaud podcast. My name is Sammy Rigaud. It is an honor and a blessing for you to join us again today. Feels so good. I have some exciting news to tell y'all. Um, I know the gender of my baby that's on the way, and our baby is going to be a girl. Y'all make some noise. Give me some noise. Give me some noise. I'm going to be a girl dad, and I am so excited about it. Um, Later, we're going to have a conversation about that, about what it is being a girl dad and all, how I felt when I got the news. We're going to talk about that. But we got a new topic today. Our sponsor is the Georgia Educators for Equity and Justice. They're an organization out of Atlanta based on strengthening and giving power to the black educators in Atlanta and all the Southeast. So make sure you check them out. All the information will be in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Thank you for everybody who's been growing with us. It feels so good to be connected with everybody. So, today, Sammy Rigaud, the girl dad himself, I want to talk to y'all about a couple of things that I hear that I don't necessarily like too much. I hear these things in our culture, on the gram, on X, on the book, on the WhatsApp. I hear all these things, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Uh, but I'm here to make some change and help y'all with some change. So I hear all the time people talking about they don't have friends, they don't need friends, no new friends. Our culture seems to just be so negative when it comes to friends. And I think, or I don't want to say I've learned that in the last 3 years, I've really, really, really leaned in on my friends more than ever. So it breaks my heart when I see so many people talk about how they don't need friends. So today I'm going to give you the opportunity to dig in and listen. And let me persuade you, let me convince you, let me remind you why we need friends. See, the Bible says some friends don't help, right? But a true friend is closer than your own family. I have two sisters, I have a brother, but I have some friends that are closer than all of them. I really do. And I think as I've been getting older in life and I go through these things, I realize that if you do this life without friends, you tripping, my friend. You really are tripping. I think there's three specific things that friends help you in, and three different seasons. And if you give me just a few seconds, I want to talk about those three things, those three specific things, those seasons that you need friends for. And I've gone through all three of these seasons, so they're tested, they're proven, and I think it'll help you. First one, you need friends to give you inspiration. I have a group of friends that I'm close with. I have, I want to say, 4 to 5 really close friends, and these guys give me inspiration. Some of them married, they have businesses, they have children, they're girl dads, they got all of it. They have these things that inspire me to become. I admire these things from them, and as we're doing life together, like there's no jealousy, there's no envy, but there is a inspiration aspect to it to where I'm motivated by what they're doing in life. How many of us have friends that we can look to and say, wow, that person is either a step ahead or there's something they do that inspires me in my life? I got a friend named Jude Paul. I'll put a picture of him, right? We put a picture? Okay. Jude Paul and I have been friends for 20, 25 years. That's my boy. And I remember he called me the night his wife was in labor. And now Eden is his daughter is my goddaughter. And I remember I'm like, man, one day I'm gonna get there, and look how I'm about to get there. Right. I remember when Jude bought his first home, I was like, whoa, I was so inspired. And then I got my first home. And I was like, wow. I DJ'd Jude's wedding. Jude walked in my wedding. He was one of my groomsmen. And I think everything I do, like there's another friend I have, Roosevelt Jr. He's another guy that I inspired. He inspires me. There's things that I see, right, in him that I can be. And there's no jealousy. And when we talk on the phone or when we get together, there's like a love that's there because, man, this is a friend that I can count on to do the right thing. And we have so much in common. So when I hear these people say, I don't like friends, I don't like friends, I don't need no friends, I don't need no friends, I go, you might just haven't found some good ones. Because if you have good friends, they'll inspire you. If you have good friends, they'll do things that will motivate you to be better in life. See, a good friend doesn't drag you down. A good friend isn't jealous of you. A good friend doesn't push you away. A good friend doesn't want you to see you do bad. A good friend inspires you. A good friend inspires you. So in the season of life that you in, you're going to need that friend to inspire you. Good friends do that. Yup. You're some good friends. The other season that friends are super necessary. They're super necessary. It's not just to inspire you, but to celebrate with you. To celebrate with you. As a teacher, I find myself teaching my students who are in 5th grade, I end up teaching them how to celebrate with each other. I do this game called Spotlight where I line everybody up in a circle. And then I say, hey, celebrate one thing, highlight something in a celebratory way about this person and tell them what you like about them. And what it's doing is it's teaching them to celebrate each other's wins. Because the number one downfall of friendships is jealousy and envy. But I think if you have friends around you that celebrate you, man, that's a good thing. And I push and I urge you listening right now and watching right now to go and be a friend that celebrates each other's wins. Find you some friends. When was the last time you celebrated with a friend? When was the last time you celebrated somebody else that was doing something in a way that you don't do it, but you just celebrated it? You said, you know what, I'm going to highlight this person. It's so easy to be negative, but it's so much harder to be positive. I think in the last 3 years, I got married, bought a house, got a car, I'm trying to think of what else. Got a new job, started a business, started the podcast for real this time. And all these things, like I have friends that celebrate. I have my friends in my life that celebrate. They flew in to come to my wedding. Yeah. They flew in, right? Some of them are flying in to come to the baby shower. Why? Because they know it's important to celebrate. I graduated, got my master's. I had friends celebrate. Gifts. My best friend Luke, he found out that we were doing the podcast and he said, okay, you know what? I celebrate you, Sammy. I'm going to buy you a camera. And right from the ground, from the first episode, we had good quality. Why? Because your friends celebrate and invest in you. When you celebrate with your friends, you're investing in them. You're investing in them to do more later. Celebrating with your friends. How many of you celebrate with your friends? And in the first one, how many friends do you draw inspiration from? The last one. The last season you'll need friends for is to grieve. There's a story in the Bible with Job where he was going through everything and the devil was tempting him. And even his girl was like, just curse God and die. Get rid of this. And he was like, no. And his friends came up to him and they just saw what he was going through. They got down and just sat with him. Friends and good friends are people that help you mourn, they help you grieve. Last 2 years ago, in 23, I lost my father while I was on my honeymoon. And uh, it was so hard. It was so hard because I don't like sympathy. I don't like people feeling bad for me. I don't like attention. I feel like I'm on this earth to help others. But I was at my lowest. My lowest. My dad was in a coma for 20 days, 25 days. And, people around me saw how messed up I really was. Because in my eyes, my dad was so hard on me. If you Haitian, you know how hard parents can be. And I feel like my whole life, my dad was so hard on me. But I finally started to get it right. I finally started to put it together. All the things that he had wanted from me, I finally was doing it. And he wasn't there to see any of it. He never saw me in the house. He wasn't able to come to the wedding. And it was hard. And I'm in my I'm on my I'm on my honeymoon, and I get the call that my dad passed. And I remember I had friends come out of nowhere to the funeral. I didn't give anybody a program. I didn't give nobody a schedule. But I looked up, man, the day of the funeral. My friend Habentz brought the Sprinter van for the family. I had friends bring food. I had people drive from all over, flew in. And I looked in, when I stood up there to speak at the church, all of them were there. And they stayed there. They stayed there. And then the next week, the next month, till today, friends check on me. Sai, you good? You all right? Yo. And small things like that keep you. And you don't get that from strangers because your true friends are there for you when you need them. When it's down, when it's hard, when things are so tough, and you spend more time crying, praying, being by yourself, good friends are by your side. So I say these things to say this. I get it. Some people are jealous. Some people are bad friends. Some people turn their back on you. I've had friends turn their back on me. I've had friends that I thought would never, ever, ever leave me. And they've left me in the hospital, or they left me when something bad happened. But the quality of friend group that I have really sustains me. It really does. And I'm here to encourage you today. You don't have to be these people who subscribe to that theory of no friends, no friends. I don't need nobody. Truth is, you need somebody. Because life is hard and we are better when we're together. I remember, I'll say this story because I done talked about all my friends, but let me say this one. I was on a mission trip in Haiti, and I had like some cash on me. I spoke at a church, and at the end of speaking at that church, a guy came up to me and said, "Hey, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Would you mind praying for my daughter who is having an ear problem and she's starting to become deaf?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll pray for you. And were you going to a doctor or something?" And he's like, "Yeah, I plan on going, but we just gotta get the money." And I'm like, out of curiosity, what is it? And he said $200. I had $200. I said, "God, I'm gonna give this man this money. He's gonna go fix his daughter's ear." And I did my good deed on this mission trip. I give him the money. I don't even think about it. I just go. I come back to America. I'm in what is it? 3 classes left to get finish my master's. I don't have the money to get the master's. So I just skip a semester. The next semester comes, I skip it again, right? Because I don't have the money. When you start, it gets hard. So then after that, 2 semesters pass, they send me emails and say, "Hey, we're going to withdraw you if you don't, you know, enroll in classes." So I remember we was in Miami and I was with my friend Luke, and I said, "Hey man, like I need you to let me borrow this money so I can enroll. And it's such a big amount and I don't got it right now. And I don't know when I'm gonna be able to give it to you. But please, like, can I borrow it?" And it was so much that even he didn't have it, but he knew school was something that I was passionate about and I was doing it. So he took, and I don't know how he got it, but he got it. And I enrolled in school. I paid him back. I graduated, magna cum laude. And every job I've ever gotten since that, I've gotten a pay raise because of that master's. I think what's important about friends is friends make sacrifices for each other. Friends are there for each other when they need them. And all my young people, this is for you. It's 2025. You got all kind of social media. You think that's all you need. You got some music artists, some rappers, some singers, some people that feed you lyrics to make you think you don't need anybody. You got siblings maybe, and you're like, we count on them and that's it. But I'm here to tell you today, you're going to need some friends. Some real friends, because good friends, real friends, strong friends help you become your best version, your bestest version. Because friends help you celebrate, friends inspire you, and then when you're at your bottom, friends grieve and mourn with you. Proverbs 18:24 says, "Some friends don't help, but a true friend is closer than your own family." Ain't that the truth? Listen, my name is Sammy Rigaud. This is the Sammy Rigaud podcast. Please subscribe and turn your notifications on so that way you can get all of this content. It is a beautiful day. I'm proud to announce that I am a girl dad to be. We on the way. We trying to think of some names. Y'all help me with some names. I want Samantha, but my wife ain't gonna let me call her Samantha. She ain't gonna let me call her Samantha. We gonna find a name, and those of y'all that are praying for us, those of y'all that are supporting us, those of y'all that have done the baby registry, thank y'all so much. This episode is brought to you by the Georgia Educators for Equity and Justice. They're an organization out of Atlanta who are providing fair and empowering teachers to be the best they can in the profession. So check them out. Once again, my name is Sammy Rigaud. God bless.